guys, welcome to my channel. So Joe and I are on our way to Miami and we're gonna try to answer some of your questions, kind of kill some time here on the road. It's been a while since Joe and I do a Q&A. Do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hi to everybody? We stopped at Starbucks just a second ago, so I have my iced chai. What are you having today, Joseph?
Flat white with vanilla.
Flat white with vanilla.
Yeah.
But anyway, I asked you guys on Instagram for some questions, so I'm gonna go through these, see if there's anything interesting that we can chat about. Joseph, you pay attention to the road, okay?
Check.
The kids are in the back. Riley's playing with her iPad, she's playing some game, and Jackson is watching Fast and the Furious on Netflix.
Yeah.
He's watching this new show that Joe put for him.
Cartoon.
He's like obsessed. Yeah, not like the real movie. It's like a cartoon because he's obsessed with watching like cars and racing and stuff. So we were a little sick of watching the actual like Disney's Pixar cars. So he found that Fast and the Furious. And Jackson is obsessed now. Okay, so this question is kind of random, but best suggestions for moving across states. This person says that she's getting ready for a big move. So first of all, congrats. I think maybe. I think moves are very exciting, but they can also be scary. Any advice? Did a lot of the move, like we didn't do a lot of the move ourselves. Like when we moved from Miami to Virginia, we had a company that thankfully, like because it was like for Joe's work, like the movers came, they packed everything, and then moved it to Virginia. So we didn't have to do a lot. We just like decluttered a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The only advice I would have is to like maybe do some of that beforehand, before like moving all of the crap that you own somewhere else. Like maybe kind of figure out what you don't need, so that way you don't wind up with like a basement full of stuff like we did. That like here over a year later, our basement was still holding a bunch of stuff from the old house. But just, I don't know if this person is like, you know, if they know where they're going or what this situation is, but
just give serious consideration for those things in your life that probably have sat in a box for 2 years or 3 years. That, I mean, is it realistic to continue just to keep it there, or to give it to somebody else, or sell it?
If you don't need it, try to get rid of it before you move, because then once you move, like you're so busy doing other stuff that it's hard to kind of declutter that stuff, and then it'll be harder to get everything in order.
It's like a clean slate.
Yeah, for sure.
Good start.
My goodness, I'm like, why am I suffocating? And it's because I had my car seat warmers on. Now I'm like suffocating. Giving me some air. This is gonna be a little bit too late in the game because somebody was asking for like Father's Day gift ideas. What are some of your favorite things right now?
Got some tools.
What kind of tools? So boring.
I know.
Such a boy thing.
I don't know, man.
Tools, you got a new toolbox.
I did.
To organize the tools.
I did.
Like a rolly backpack for the tools.
A rolly.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that what you got?
I don't think it has any backpack ability.
What else? You got another, did you get another grunt style hat? Or no?
Eagles and Angels.
Oh, I'm sorry. Eagles and Angels hats. Didn't you get a new one?
I did.
Okay.
Tried to get another one too, and it
Sold out.
sold out before I could check out.
I feel like, what have you bought lately? Like, you've obviously bought stuff because, like, you don't have that much money in your envelope anymore. But what have you been buying? Like,
Lord.
just survival things?
I guess, yeah. I mean,
Let me see.
what else?
Let me go to your purchases. Let's look at Joe's envelope and see what he's bought lately, because you're at negative $49 this
I know, I'm
month.
over budget.
So, let's see. What's Dango?
That's the wallet.
Okay, so you got a new wallet.
Yes. That's a cool wallet. It's kind of modular. It's got a multi-tool in it. It's just a cool concept.
Okay, Dango.
Kind of considered an everyday carry wallet.
It's not like it has a weapon in there,
No,
but it has a multi-tool.
kind of. It's their vision of a multi-tool for a wallet.
Okay, so then you have Lego. That's what you bought
That's
for
what I bought for my daughter and I, because she's into space right now.
You bought like a giant, like, rocket ship
Thank you,
thing.
whoever sent my daughter NASA stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
today
jealous.
the sweetest subscriber sent Riley and Jackson, I think she works at NASA, and she got in touch with me and she's like, can you send me your P.O. box info? And she sent them the sweetest little care package, and Joe was watching me open it up for the kids, and Joe's like, I'm freaking jealous, like what the heck? So yeah, so then Wacom, what's Wacom?
It's a pen tablet
A pen tablet?
for my computer.
is different than the other tablet?
It's just a newer version of it, but it's because I want to kind of start designing the basement shelving, so it'll help with my remarkable tablet. All tablets, man.
What was this in April? Soundbar? That was the thing for the TV? No. What is soundbar?
Oh, that was the Bose headphones.
Oh, okay. You got new headphones.
Yeah.
And this one that was Sandmark.
I got a bunch of filters and lenses for my iPhone.
To take pictures and videos.
Yes.
Right. DJI, that was like a handheld thing, no?
Yeah. A gimbal.
And then Stance is underwear?
Yes. And socks.
For real?
No, it's underwear and socks.
Those the black underwears that you got?
Yes.
Okay, those are nice underwear. Okay, so those are just some of the things that he has bought most recently. That's one of the reasons why I like that app that we use to track stuff, because I can pull up and be like, what is like Joe buy himself lately? So very good. Did you guys ever disagree on your children's media exposure? Like, I guess like how much TV they watch and stuff like that. Do you think we've ever disagreed on that?
I don't think we ever disagreed. I think we always agreed. And
That they're gonna watch a crap ton of TV.
well, we agreed that it probably wasn't the best thing in the world, but then you just get into that, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, we
to
were
survive.
definitely, it's so funny because we really were the parents, like before we had kids, we would go to restaurants and we would see kids like on their tablets in the restaurants, and we would say, like, our kids are never gonna do that. And absolutely, our children do that all the time now. And like
But I think we do a somewhat decent job of
we balance it.
moderating
Yeah.
not moderating like in the sense, but just, we probably could be better about moderating the amount of time, but just what they're watching, the content.
Yeah, like definitely, like even though Riley watches a lot of YouTube Kids, because she has like the YouTube Kids app, like every once in a while Joe will go through there, or like as she's watching it, if he sees something that he does not like her watching, he'll go and like,
Oh, I gotta fix your iPad. Hold on, give me a second.
yeah, he'll be like, oh, give me your iPad, I gotta fix something. And he'll go and there's like a way that you can block channels and like block videos and stuff. So he definitely does that because we're not gonna have her watching stuff that we don't like.
You know, her ears are peaked right now. She's like,
Is she listening to us? Probably. Oh yeah, we definitely do that. Can you guys see the kids in the background? I don't even know. Riley's back there.
one.
Jackson's back there.
Videos where she's watching and like the kids are just being
They're being naughty.
naughty.
They're being
I'm like,
naughty
no,
Johnnies. And we're like, no.
You're not gonna be doing that.
It's so funny though, because like I remember being so mad when I was a little kid. My mom used to never let me watch Rugrats. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that before, but that was like the one show growing up. I loved Rugrats, and my mom was like, nope, you can't watch Rugrats. And it's funny because back then I was like, what do you mean I can't watch Rugrats? And like I would go to my grandparents' house and like, you know, whenever they were watching me, and I would go turn on the TV to watch Rugrats, and then of course I would never tell my mom that I was watching Rugrats. But her reasoning was that she saw how Angelica behaved. She didn't want me to turn out to be like Angelica. And here we are now, like doing the same for our kids. Yeah, now Riley watches Rugrats because
You can watch Rugrats. It's okay.
yeah, she's already kind of like Angelica. It's a little too late for that. Okay, so this is, I don't know if we've ever said this story, but who said I love you first?
Me.
Yes. It took Joseph a whole damn year of dating to say I love you. But
It's importante.
I remember
Say it.
I remember that like you said I love you, like it took an entire year for you to say I love you. Like on our anniversary is when you said I love you. But there, like a month before then, or I don't know, like a little while before then, you wrote me for Valentine's Day, you got me flowers, and on the little card that it came with, you wrote love ya. Like you wrote love ya on it. And I was like so excited because that was like as far as you said anything like that. And then I got the real deal like a month later.
No, yeah.
Yeah, then it was
all
an official I love you. So it did take forever, and that first year of dating was hard because I was like, does this guy like me? Does he not like me? He's never said I love you. But when he did say it, it was like so meaningful, and that was it. He had me at that point, for sure. Has YouTube affected your relationship?
No, not really.
But you can watch Rugrats.
Okay, yes, you can watch Rugrats. It's okay. I don't think YouTube has affected our relationship.
Only thing it's affected is sometimes I feel like I'm taking a back seat. I want your attention.
Because what, I neglect you?
Well, you're just focused on your work, and
Yes.
that's a good thing, but sometimes I want time with you, and I want you to break away from the computer or watching your
And I think that lately I've done
IG
that
and YouTube
better.
and-
You don't think I've done that better?
Yeah.
I feel like I've kind of tried to, you know, everything, you're trying to constantly balance all the things. And yes, sometimes at night, like I've told you guys before, sometimes at night I have to work, because when else the heck am I gonna work? Like, I can only work during their naps some days, and it's hard. Are you just like trying to take something out of your ear?
My ear itches.
So I don't know, like sometimes I have to work at night, but I'm making it a point so that I'm not working every single night, and I still spend time with him. Believe me, we watch a ton of 90 Day Fiance together, and we're almost done with Hell's Kitchen now. I think we still spend time together, but I don't think that it's been like a bad thing. I hope that you wouldn't think that it's a bad thing. Nothing? Crickets?
No. Sorry, I'm watching the road.
Okay. This guy in this truck in front of us right now, the interior of his car is like leopard print and like a soft material. Like,
It's on his dashboard, too.
there's like leopard print everywhere. It's the weirdest
It's a
thing.
headboard, dashboard.
Okay, careful, pay
I
attention.
got it.
How long were you guys married before having kids? We were married, what, 2 years? 2 years?
2 years.
Before getting pregnant or before she was born? No, I think 2 years before having kids. I think we waited 1 full year before trying. No? Or did we wait 2 years?
I thought it was close to 2.
I'll have to go back and look. Well, we got married in 2015. She was born in 2017. So we waited a year.
Yeah, 12, 18, 17. I always
Yeah.
get back.
Yeah, so we waited a year before trying, and then we started trying, and then 3 months later we got pregnant, and then she was born after that. Joseph, what is your favorite dinner that your wifey cooks for you?
I gotta tell you that mahi mahi and
What? The tacos that I made?
no, what you just did.
The
Risotto.
risotto, you like that?
Yeah,
That was one of your tops?
Yeah.
That was a home chef meal.
And there was another fish one you did.
Yeah, I made mahi mahi tacos.
Yeah, with that.
With that crema sauce.
Yeah.
That one wasn't home chef. That one I just found a recipe for. But I'm so glad that you like those. Would you say that my cooking has improved a bit lately?
Dramatically.
Dramatically. I feel like I've gotten so much more confident in the kitchen, and I've been like trying new things. So I am very proud of myself, and I'm very glad that he likes it. My one pet peeve though, I will tell you guys, when I cook, dear Lord, if by the time that I'm done cooking, his butt is not on the table, like not on the table, on the chair, waiting for the food, like I want him to eat my food when it's still hot. And for some reason, like, because I want to be judged on my food when it's like hot and like good, I don't want him to like wait 15 minutes before trying the food, and then it's cold and then it tastes like crap. So I'm always like really frustrated, because like he'll wait until the food is done to then like get ready to sit and eat the food. I don't know if anybody else's husband is like that, but I try, and I'm like yelling at him like, hey, the food's almost ready, go sit down. So yes, you gonna try to be better about that?
When you rinse the avocado knife, I'll sit down earlier.
Shut up. Somebody actually asked that question here. Somebody actually asked if I've been rinsing the avocado knife, and you know that I have. Buell.
I find that cutting board and knife disgusting more times than I find it rinsed.
Shut your face.
It's maybe not avocado, but it's a fruit or a vegetable or a peanut butter. Peanut butter's worse.
This conversation is over.
It's the truth.
It's not. I I've been making a real effort lately to at least rinse things off. Or with the peanut butter, I take a napkin and I'll wipe it off so that it's not like crusty, okay? I'm trying. So somebody asked if we will start flying to Miami. What are your thoughts on that?
As much stuff as we take, their way.
I don't know how we would. Like, I was actually thinking of it.
I can't even think of how we could downsize to the point where we could theoretically fly, because...
Like this trip, we even kind of tried to pack light. Like, we didn't pack nearly as many things. Like, we didn't even bring a pack and play this time because my mom has a pack and play.
Like, we couldn't have flown this trip.
No, we still had too many things. I don't know. At some point, like if we had to, if we decided to, then we would really have to work on the packing and just like take very minimal things. But as of right now, like that gives me anxiety just thinking about.
I mean, if we got all the kids in one piece of luggage.
Oh, I thought you meant like inside the luggage. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Their
like
stuff.
Their stuff? Okay.
Could legitimately fit in one, you know, normal luggage.
Yeah.
Suitcase, but like for me, having, I don't know.
We could do it. It would just take a lot of effort on our part to like really try to pack even lighter and like be super careful about what we're packing.
Like, I like to do it this way because I get to bring some stuff to work out, so I can at least...
Like, there's a sandbag back there so he can work out. So it's more comfortable in the sense that we can bring more of what we need since we're going to be there for like 2 weeks.
Our comforts.
Yeah.
Plus, I have to work, so I have to bring my work stuff, and that's cumbersome and large, and can't really fly with it.
Yeah. I guess like if... The car's atrocious, the leopard guy. I guess if like it was a really quick like weekend trip or something, then maybe we would fly, but we'd still have to buy 3 seats, so I don't know price wise.
And the price of checking luggage has gone up.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. At some point I'm sure we'll fly, but then we'll have to deal with that, with Jackson screaming and the anxiety of that.
It'll be alright, because one of us will be holding him at all times.
Well, I know. But maybe eventually, just we're not there yet.
Hurts my ears.
It really does. Okay, so a lot of questions like along the same lines with this person said, how do you keep your marriage alive and fun with 2 kids? I struggle with one. Routine gets boring. How do we keep our relationship alive?
We don't really mind routine. I don't mind it. I think you mind it more than I do. But
yeah. Joseph is just boring, I guess. Joseph's a boring guy. We're just really honestly content like eating good food and like having a drink at night every once in a while and watching TV together, and like we've been enjoying, I think, like fixing up the house, right? Like with like organizing the basement and stuff. Like that sounds so boring and lame, but I don't know, like we don't do date nights when we're in Virginia. We don't leave the kids with anybody. I will say that as we've been driving down here the last like 4 hours, I booked 2 reservations, or I booked 1. I'm gonna book the other one if I can get a hold of them on the phone. But we're gonna do 2, like at least 2 like little date nights at restaurants, like some of our favorite restaurants. So we try to do that, but I don't know, like we spend time together. Like we do, like even though you were saying before that I have to edit my videos and stuff, we still spend some time together. You don't seem amused.
No, we do. Just paying attention again.
But we kind of also know like this is like a season in our life, like when the kids are little, but we have a lot of dreams and stuff for like the future. I think that's something that keeps us excited about our relationship. Like we have dreams of when the kids are older, like when maybe one day we have enough money to do it, of like having a camper and, you know, traveling and things like that get us excited, places we want to go, things we want to do. What's the camper that you want?
I want an earth roamer.
An earth roamer? I have no idea what it is, but I am sure it's like $1 million.
Camper.
I'm sure it's a fortune. So stuff like that I think is exciting because it gives us something to look forward to. And I mean, he's my best friend. Like he really is. Like
I'm the most annoying best friend she has.
You are the most annoying best friend in the world. I tell him that he is the most annoying person that I have ever met in my entire life, but I love him despite it. So like that's how much I love him. I love him so much, even though I want to smack him sometimes because he's very annoying sometimes. hope you feel the same.
I do. My love for you has grown.
It has?
Yeah.
Since kids?
Yeah.
Just like in general? Yes, I definitely love him more than the day that I met him, the day that I married him, and I think that that is a very good thing.
Super satisfied with our love and our sex life and our children
Excuse me?
and all those things.
I'm very glad, very glad. Sorry to my mother. Okay, let's see.
Oh, sorry, Mimi.
What's the age
Earbuds.
difference? What's the age difference between the two of you? So it's 7 years. I've said it before. He's 37. He's almost 40, and I am 30. So there is an age difference there, but I love it. I love the age difference. You're a little bit hungry. What would you like?
French fries?
What would you like? An orange apple?
Sure.
Sure. Where's the bowl?
Do you want to stop this?
Why? To get gas?
No, I mean the recording.
Oh yeah. Let's stop first. Sorry, I had to get the kids some snacks. I had to clean up a mess that I made. So this person said, how's life with a Virgo for me? About Joe, who's a Virgo. It is
A challenge?
A challenge, yes, it's a challenge because
We're totally opposite.
yes, still the same constant battles, you know, like I'll leave the mess there till the end of the night. He wants it picked up, like all of that. But at the very least, he helps me, okay? At the very least, like even though it's annoying sometimes because I'm like, I'm not gonna be folding this clothes at 1 in the morning that you waited up to fold. Like I'm not gonna do it. But like he's helpful, he's tidy, so I have to kind of look at the positives of that, even though it drives me wild. But this question is for Joe. So this person said, do you know that Riley had her first kiss, and how do you feel about that? You want to tell them that story? Because I already kind of told them that story. So do you know that it happened?
It was with Liam and I was there. I was present.
He was there and he was losing his SHIT.
Yeah, because y'all are laughing and smiling and going, oh, about it. And
because
I'm like, no,
Riley was literally
man.
grabbing their faces, like
Yeah,
caressing their faces, and then giving them a kiss, and we
It
were
was
just
too much.
losing it.
It was just too much.
And Joe was like, this is not happening. It was sweet, it's innocent. She doesn't know any better.
I don't care. You're
He's
planting
having a
that little
friend.
seed in her brain.
She was just, you know,
And in like
making friends.
4 or 5 years, that seed is going to continue to grow. And she's going to be like, oh yeah, when I was, you know, back then.
When I was 3, I was kissing boys.
And my mom and, you know, mom was laughing and smiling and happy about it.
Okay, I wasn't like telling her to do it, but yes, she can't be going around kissing people. That's like my best friend. My best friend, I have known her since the day I was born. My parents have always been friends and stuff.
Hugs.
So yes, hugs are more appropriate. But it was like
Not
the first
grabbing.
time. It was like the first time that they had all hung out. So yes, she's gonna have to learn that you don't just go up and kiss boys. But it was still sweet. But
Well,
obviously,
when are we going to start teaching that?
like the next time. I mean, we were telling her, no, Mama, you can't do that.
No. Looking at me laughing.
I'm sorry, Dada. So obviously the answer to this question is that he's not okay with it,
Not.
but we won't be continuing to promote that. Joe, what is your favorite part of the day? This is an interesting question.
My favorite part of the day is when everything is put away and clean and I can just decompress.
When the kids are asleep,
That's part of the...
when dinner is done, when
Yes.
everything's put away, when the kids are asleep, and he can just like chill.
Yeah.
And there's no one yelling
I'm not
at
being
him.
judged by this one.
Yes, and he can just decompress and
Or I don't feel guilty
watch TV. But I mean,
for taking a break.
I think that's everybody's favorite time of the day though. Like, is it not? Like, is that your favorite time of the day? What is your favorite time of the day if you guys are watching this? I love my kids. I adore them. So does Joe. But I mean, isn't that our favorite time of the day when they're asleep so that we can just like rest and do something? I don't know. So how do you guys handle disagreements? I'm only going to answer a couple more questions, but how do you handle disagreements? What'd you say, Joseph?
We don't have very good conflict resolution.
We don't have very good
So we don't
conflict
handle
resolution.
we don't handle disagreements very well. Luckily, they don't fester for extended periods of time.
No.
I'm okay with tabling it if I know that the disagreement is just going in circles. At that point, I just shut down. I'm done. If there's going nowhere. And
But I'm the kind of person, I need it resolved.
I know.
I need it resolved in like 10 minutes and I need to move
like
on with
we
my
have
life.
terrible conflict resolution, yet one of us wants resolution.
Yeah. But like I would say like it's more like we yell, and before my meds I yelled more. Right? Like I feel like before I was on my Lexapro, we had more disagreements. Do you think it's been better? No?
I mean, we haven't had, you know, any big disagreements.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I've been less snappy. I think I've had more patience.
But it's
Overall.
cyclical with us. Cyclical.
Yes, like
And
we'll have really good times, and then we'll have
But
like a little period where we're like nitpicking at each other.
Constantly, and it's usually the same thing. It usually just we're good, and then we're good on the hill, and then we start down, and then we boom.
But why
we're
do
good,
we
and
go
come back
down? Because that's everyone's gonna be like, why are you going down?
I just, it's the same things. It's our difference of doing things. Typically, much of our agreements sort of begin with, you know, I mean,
Go, Joseph.
it just revolves around just the day-to-day grind.
Like
You know,
we're both
just-
tired.
Yeah, it's just
both-
the day-to-day grind, and then, you know, I'm constantly, you know, because of my genetics and my genes and my wiring of constantly, you know, keeping everything in place, and then you're not that way, and, you know, I'm good with
like
it.
I'm a slob. Like,
No,
if
you're-
I don't do anything.
You are who you are. I love you the way you are. So it's just comes with the territory. But at some point, you know, it just
But
hits.
what's the down about? It's mostly about like what like responsibilities, or about like who's doing more, who's not getting a break.
Correct.
I'm tired, I want to take a nap, he wants to take a nap. That's usually what the majority of our fights or arguments, whatever you want to call them, are about.
We don't fight about finances
No.
anymore. We don't fight about, you know, the rate. You know, we never really did, but we don't fight about, you know, the kids.
No, most of it is just like about
Just
finding
the
that
day-to-day
balance of, you know, giving each other time to rest, both of us needing that time, making sure that we're getting that time, and that's what most of it has been about. But I think that lately we've been doing better. But when we're having the disagreements, we usually like, we try to talk about it. Sometimes it escalates and we're yelling more than we should, but it's not like we've ever been like, okay, I'm leaving the house and take off, and like, I'm not gonna talk to you for 3 days. Like,
I may walk outside.
sometimes on a rare occasion he's walked outside, but like if he were to ever like just be like peace out and takes his keys and drives off somewhere, like I draw the line at that. Like I think that's super disrespectful. We need to talk about it, we need to work on it, and don't just take off or turn off your phone and silence your phone and block me or something ridiculous like that.
I
Like,
just stopped allowing you to follow me one time.
yeah, one time that you were just like, don't follow me. But that was like a long time ago.
Yeah, that was back in the lack of trust era.
Yeah, like before we were engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I was still young. I was like 21 years old, 22 years old. And I hated it anytime that he was like gone somewhere, like when he'd go on work trips and stuff. I think that I've grown a lot since then, so here we are today with 2 kids. So this question I wanted to answer: what is a baby name that each of you loves but the other one hates? So the baby name that I love for a boy is Brody. He hates it, and it makes me so sad because I would love to have a baby boy one day. It's called Brody Buell, but he hates it.
I hate the fact of the first thing I think about when I hear it.
Because it's your brother's dog.
Yes.
But it wouldn't be your brother's dog.
I understand.
So yes, that's like the name that like when I found out that Jackson was a boy, I really wanted to name him Brody, and Joe was like, so now we have Jackson. What's a name that you like? I don't think that there's ever been a name that you like that I don't like. you're not really one to give out names.
Yeah.
I'm usually like, hey, how about this? And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, then what do you want to name our child? And then he's like, I don't know, not that. Joseph, what's your max weight on your deadlifts?
Really?
Somebody asked that.
Oh my lord.
What is it?
I think the most I've ever gotten, this was before the kids, probably in the 360 range. It's never been much.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Like 3 times me.
350? God, I don't know. It's been so many years.
Yeah, you don't really do that anymore.
I don't work out as much anymore.
You still work out, not as much.
Not lately.
Because you've been busy.
It's just been kids.
And then I think the last one that I'm going to answer is, do you guys know each other's love language? I feel like our love languages have changed, or at least mine have changed.
Yeah, yours is, like, reaffirm, what is it?
Words of affirmation.
Yeah, words of affirmation.
So you do. Words of affirmation, when it comes to Joe, that's probably like my first love language. I still, like physical touch is still one of my love languages, but before we had kids, that was probably like my first one. And now I'm like, sometimes I don't need that much.
My hands are all over you. Like, stop touching me.
Stop touching me.
Get away.
Well, now that I'm not breastfeeding anymore, now it's like better, because now I don't feel like I always have somebody on me, you know, touching my boobs and stuff. So now I feel like I like you more. So that's been a plus.
I was jealous.
Shut up. So, but yours would be.
I have no idea.
What's your love language? Is
I
it
have no idea.
quality time, spending time?
Maybe.
Well, what do you like? It's either you like physical touch, you like quality time, you like acts of service, like when I wash the freaking knife for you, like which one is it? Is it gifts? Is it when I buy you gifts? What would be your
quality time?
I think quality time is probably his biggest one. What would be your secondary one?
When you clean the knife.
When I clean the knife, so acts of service. Like when I make you breakfast.
Yeah.
You like that, right? So yes, I think that's kind of where we're at right now. But yes, you guys asked a bunch of questions. I'm gonna see if maybe I answer some of them on Instagram. If not, if you have any other questions, we'll do a part 2. But we're gonna listen now to a podcast. We've been listening to a survivalist podcast.
We watch things we listen to.
Yeah, whatever. We're listening to the survivalist podcast, and we're spending some quality time talking about prepper things. So that's what we're doing on our trip down to Miami. But thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for listening. Miami vlogs are on their way. I'm sure that I'm going to film a couple times while I'm down there with my parents. Joe's going to be gone the first week, but then he'll be back the second week. And maybe he'll be in the vlogs too. But thank you guys for watching. We love you guys to pieces. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and
see you guys in the next one.
Bye guys.